Well, with me now, Sky Bet League Two's Manager of the Month, Johnnie Jackson. Johnny, the hard work doesn't stop. You'll be looking to achieve the next one now, yeah?
Yeah, so we had a really good November, some top results in there, and credit to everyone at the football club that played their part in that. Everyone working really hard, but we want to do exactly the same in December. We've started it well. Obviously, one win already in December against Grimsby, and we want to go and back that up now at the weekend against Swindon.
Confidence is high amongst the squad, so what have you got to do with in terms of the approach for yourself? Has it got to be just sort of the careful guidance, or you just got to keep the same intensity about it?
Yeah, we just carry on as we are. You know, we always prepare properly for games and show respect to the opposition. I speak about that a lot, and the threats that they can cause us. And Swindon are a good side, so we have to be ready for that, and they'll pose us problems that we know that we'll have to be up to. So we'll be doing work on that today on the training pitch. But like you say, we're in a really good place ourselves, good confidence. We go into every game feeling like we can win it at the minute. So we'll be looking to put obviously our stamp on it, but knowing that it's a tough place to go. Swindon always is. Especially this season with the way they're playing.
Well, they are where we want to be in the table, but the focus, I guess, very much on pulling them in now, yeah?
Yeah, I keep saying that it's about the next game and seeing what's above you and can you try and close the gap on the one above you and climb little by little. Obviously, we find ourselves in a position where Swindon is somewhere we're aiming to get to, and they've had a really good start to the season, and there's a little gap between us and them. So you know, if we do manage to get a positive result on Saturday, that'll put us even closer to where we want to get to. So it's just those small steps and about clawing the guys in and around you back in.
Josh Davison, of course, going back to one of his former clubs, he'll be fired up to hit the goal trail.
Yeah, he will be. He had a really good spell there last season. Josh, I know he enjoyed playing there. It's a club that he knows well. It's a club that I know well. I had a loan spell myself there and really enjoyed it. So familiar territory for us both. Obviously him a little bit more recent than my one. But yeah, Josh will be going there tomorrow. You know, wanting to put on a good show. Obviously want to be get back in the goals.
Chris Gunter, of course, he's had a lot on his mind recently. He's back from the World Cup. I guess he's now absolutely fully focused on helping us trying to get back to League One, yeah? Yeah,
and he was the minute Wales went out, the tournament, we spoke, and he told me how keen he was to get back with the group. Obviously they had their own send-off, if you like, in Qatar, but as soon as he could be back with us, he was, and he was back in the training ground last Friday in preparation for the Grimsby game. I just felt that he'd had a lot on his plate as far as travel and the emotions of the highs of being in a World Cup, the lows of going out of World Cup. So we decided to go with Chris on the bench, but obviously he's had a 4 weeks training now, so he comes back into that recognition.
Enormously experienced, of course, and a valuable member of the squad, but as you've always said since you've got through the door here, nobody's got a God-given right to the shirt, and there's young players who are going to be competing for it as well, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah, and obviously, you know, in his position, young Huss has come in and has done excellent, and again, I spoke a lot about him and a lot of the other younger lads, if they're doing the business on the training pitch, in the games that they're given opportunities to begin with. In his case, the sort of the Papa Johns and the FA Cup, and Huss really impressed in those games enough for me to say, you know, he deserves his place in the starting lineup in the league. So it doesn't matter to me how old, where they come from, where they've been, you know, what sort of career they've had up to date, or if they've had no career up to date as far as senior football. If I feel like they're the best person for the job on any given day in any given game, I'll put them in.
How's Nathan Young-Coombes? Is he likely to feature perhaps?
Yeah, so Coombe's been back with us all week. He's trained really well this week. It's been good to have him back amongst the group. He's a character, and it's been good to hear his voice and see the energy that he brings to the group. So obviously he's had a good week's training now, so he's someone that we'll be looking to reintroduce back into the squad.
Any further absentees or anybody off that injury list now who comes into it?
No, well, Lee Brown's he's due to join in training today fully for the first time, so obviously we'll look at how Brownie comes through that. But obviously he's been out for a while with that hamstring injury, so we'll assess that after the session, see how he comes through. But obviously great to have him back with the group as well.
Finally, of course, as well, there is another game going on somewhere else on Saturday, but I suppose you really appreciate the Dons fans coming out in force for the trip to Swindon.
Yeah, of course, yeah, especially, I know there was talk about getting the kick-off move, but it stayed at 3 o'clock. It means people are going to have to have pretty much made a choice about who they want to go and watch on Saturday, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of hearty souls that, you know, have stuck with the Dons, and they'll be down there like they always are in full voice cheering us on. And obviously again, we want to send them home and reward their loyalty to us with a good performance and hopefully the 3 points.
Absolutely. Johnny, thanks for your time.
Cheers.